This is your local election headquarters.
Welcome back. Members of Congress traveled to Baton Rouge to meet with state workers about how a federal policy is reducing their Social Security benefits. Capitol reporter Shannon Hecht has details of legislation aimed to fix the problem.
This has been a problem for over 40 years, and we must fix it.
Congressman Garrett Graves is pushing legislation alongside the Louisiana delegation that would do away with the windfall elimination provision and government pension offset.
Unfortunately, those solutions have proven ill-equipped to solve the original problem. Seniors aren't only harmed by these unfair policies, they're often blindsided by them.
What those policies do is factor in if the employer withheld Social Security taxes from paychecks or if the worker gets a pension. Then it can reduce the Social Security benefits given to that worker. Firefighters, law enforcement, and teachers most often fall into this category.
I feel like it was very unfair because I chose to teach school that I am denied my husband's benefits. It would have made life much easier.
The Social Security Fairness Act would do away with each of those provisions. Some believe the way things are now dissuades people from taking jobs with the state.
The profession of law enforcement is facing an existential crisis in recruiting the next generation of law enforcement officers, and the very existence of windfall elimination provision and government pension offset discourages anyone from choosing a career in public service.
The law originated as a way to prevent overpaying some people, but it has been an issue for retirees for decades. The House Ways and Means Subcommittee listened to stories of how benefits are impacted and will take testimony back to the full committee. For your local election headquarters, I'm Shannon Hecht.
The White House says it is accelerating its efforts to crack down on fentanyl. President Biden called it an urgent issue facing Americans. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has more.
Tuesday, President Biden met with members of his cabinet to discuss ways to crack down on the flow of fentanyl into the U.S.
Too many of you are faced looking at an empty chair for the first time at Thanksgiving. There's so many people have died.
The meeting follows last week's announcement that China is also agreeing to curb the deadly drug. Mexico's president also pledged to work side by side with the U.S.
It's a global challenge that demands global action.
Last year, more than 100,000 people died from drug overdoses, and many of them involved fentanyl or similar synthetic drugs.
It really is an American tragedy.
China says it will tell companies to stop shipments of the chemicals used to make the drug to Latin American countries, something the White House calls a step in the right direction.
This agreement will save lives, will save American lives, and President Xi said he was committed to helping with that.
Dr. Rahul Gupta, Director of National Drug Control Policy, says over 100 nations are working together to tackle this challenge.
All of the countries do have to unite to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to reduce and eliminate the threat of synthetic drugs like fentanyl, like methamphetamine.
President Biden is calling on Congress to pass his budget requests that includes funding for more programs to crack down on the flow of fentanyl into the country. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson.
Up next, Shannon Hecht talks to voting rights advocacy about a group about voter turnout and what lies ahead for Louisiana's congressional districts. Stay with us. We'll be right back.